live stream off having no additional blood between anybody, but they're telling me shit. My parents have to work 9 to 5, right? I give them whatever money I receive from SSI benefits. You have to work 3 years, and I worked 3 years at a high school job back then when I was 14, going into I think 17 or 18. Like four years I think of the high school time that having to go forth after school and having to be dropped off by my parents back then and afford tours back then for those years. I had at least worked for those 3 years and had a page with the things and had the amount of time put in enough to be able to get benefits, but originally didn't receive the full amount of benefits. And still, it's just like fucking frustrating that you have to fucking hear people tell you a bunch of creepy shit about having received money from the government. But my parents don't. They fucking actually did work. So just because somebody's at home most of the time, they're fucking getting mad, tell me a bunch of shit, and I think they're at home most of the time too. So what the fuck are they doing illegal shit to get money from like us to be able to extort money from us off legal means of somebody going into a quickie mart where my cousin Evan used to work and had an insurance fraud on them to be able to fucking claim somebody else's money that goes directly to their descendants or kids or whatever the fuck to be able to get fucked out of that shit off people pretending to be you, or there's no way they could do that because they knew somebody would intervene. Or I remember talking to somebody back then or hearing over the phone conversations of my parents saying that they wouldn't give the amount of money to anybody else other than the people, and they know the differences in that. They went forth and really being creepy with you just because they're gonna go move someplace else with the money or whatever the fuck. It's creepy enough to have these people say they're gonna do that shit. And I had put myself out there, sure, but enough to be able to fucking know the differences between people when I showing off the mall inside of my face and never having any other hair color except black and my hair's going gray. Because of this shit, I said my hair wasn't brown multiple times on my Facebook page. I know if you scroll down off of the videos that have like 2,000 some odd videos. I think I might have 5,000 some odd videos on Facebook, and I got to like 100,000 some odd views. And they have different amounts of money that they can stream and give you. Off that, having a professional account is different from having just a normal account because they give you increments amounts and shit off making something. But if you logged off of it intentionally, just logged off because you want somebody to grab your phone device and to pretend to be you, or fucking take your device and say that this guy never existed and it's somebody else, or whatever the fuck they're trying to do is fuck creepy as fuck to know that they can tell you that shit, but they can't get away with it because they smash somebody's windows out. So essentially, I have to pay for, uh, I guess, and then have to pay for it initially, but having to go to therapy and be on probation, different probation from having a officer fucking escort you off the premises and put you in. Like they can't go forth and do that because when they tried to do that, my parents intervened and said what the fuck, and they took me to a hospital, and I apparently wasn't infected with some kind of weird either COVID or I had initially had infection, and I was like, well, I'm fucking infected, so it'll go forth and really be weird with you. I remember they were saying they were gonna waterboard you and that shit and go forth and wonder why the fuck off just bashing somebody's windows out, you're going forth and be waterboarded in an interrogation room and you can fart real loud and like I know it sounds disgusting to know that these people will fucking do creepy shit to you and get away with it and go forth and tell you a bunch of shit and you fucking heard it from. I know there's like a new roof on this. There's like the roof is a different roof from what you had, and before it was sturdier than what it was because I didn't hear anything from the outside back then, even though people were talking amongst themselves outside. Like I couldn't hear anything back then. I know there's a vent inside the back of the roof. There's vents that you can hear extremely from like far. You can hear from that. And back then I didn't hear anything because this house was more secure than the other house we had was a manufactured home. The other house we sold to this guy was a maniac saying, "Shit, my parents have to work 9 to 5." I don't go outside and start shitting them because I don't want them telling me a bunch of creepy shit. It's already fucking awkward as is having this guy act like he's the fucking overlord of everything, can swat everybody, and you can't really do that when they fucking went and smashed his shit out. It was a different person outside. At the time, it was a group of people wanting to break into their home and do like crazier shit, and then they're fucking telling me a bunch of shit, and then they get mad. Does not really fucking understand that somebody docks the house. They made a music video, and they have people that are on like meth real bad, and just wants their payday of having them say illiterate shit about somebody that wasn't a little, wasn't a literally fucking take seriously off shit they telling you, and just not listen to them and take the time because if you fucking put you get angry off these people, sure, but they don't fucking pay your bills. As long as they don't pay your bills, then they can't fucking take anything from you if they don't pay. They're not the ones paying your bills. And if you get money somehow from Meta or if somebody donates money, say like if you get like $500 here and there, like isn't that much money, but you can get money from people that can donate you fucking or amounts of money on Facebook. When I had that on there, but chances are you probably can't hit Thunder twice or hit Lightning twice with it because I logged out of it forever. And I know that like I had gotten the views, but I hadn't gotten the exactly the amount that was meant to be given to somebody who had the time and effort put into that. And it wasn't somebody with brown hair. So the asshole I said I didn't have brown hair originally on that Facebook profile. I was like, well, I kept saying it over and over again on all this shit going forth. I never dyed my hair. I never had dyed my hair any color than black, and I don't have my hair dyed, so I'm not really sure if this fucker does. Should initially fucking will tell you shit when he doesn't have to work or whatever the fuck he does for a living. It's just he just sits there in his house and threatens and laughs and shit going forth and hearing people come to your door with the energy, fucking just having the electricity be out at one point in time and having a tree branch. If that tree branch was from them, then they can go forth and sue them because they were fucking lying about just moving in. They were just gonna fucking just swoop in and take everybody's shit. They can't go forth and do that because they didn't even care about them getting the fucking short end of the stick when they get sued off us because they fucking keep telling us they're gonna kill us, take our shit, kill it. I have to hear that shit every fucking day. I have to hear people laughing hysterically, saying that shit over and over again, and they actually do that shit. They actually do that shit towards them and not us because they figure it's already bad enough to be here at a place where they fucking don't like discriminate against I guess people of different colors and race, and the majority of them are like Caucasian white people. I used to hang around with a bunch of white people. I know Evan and Elliot were white, but they were Caucasian looking. They go by this no remorse of them telling me and his friend to come and make a music video and say all sorts of shit and like they don't watch you sit there play something and going forth and really being creepy. It's more creepier to film out somebody's house than it was to them to film it and say all sorts of creepy shit and just really be psycho. They don't even live in direct neighborhood of stuff, you know what I mean? And you're going forth and doing that, like in irrational fucking thoughts, or to get mad. But when they had filmed everybody's houses, and then everybody was like in cahoots with them trying to get us to move away. And when we did move, that apartment building got like stormed by people that were irrational. They didn't have no security fence, like the security fence you see like move up and down or a code to put in the fucking thing to be able to fucking move a fence to go up and down or any of that shit where we're paying $2,000 a month. And I go bad on my credit score originally having been moved away and I put majority of the money that I had the money that I spent like $25 a month on a video game isn't that much money if you think about it going forth. I'm really just playing for a month and had it for like 4 or 5 years on and then ended up turning it off because I didn't want to spend time dabbling down on that shit and going forth and really having these video game companies sort of do that to make more money off people. I'm not saying I'm vulnerable, but they're vulnerable telling me a bunch of creepy shit, saying that they could do that, like they could take your shit and going forth really being able to use it because you log out of it when you leave to an appointment. The only downfall is if you go to an appointment, you have to talk to somebody. Sure, and I talked to about like the therapist, the psychiatrist, the one that delivers the pills to the pharmacy. You have to talk to these people, explain to them that I'm not crazy, but they're going forth and they give you that damn medicine. And that medicine makes you fucking drowsy. Like I'm not just laying down all day. I actually do shit, but I walk around not outside, but inside the house and listen to music. I used to be able to fucking have more privacy at the apartment. I had more privacy than here because they fucking tell you, oh, at least they're getting laid and you're just playing a lame video game and or laughing hysterically. They've grown out of video games. These people don't even play video games anymore. They fucking just tell you a bunch of creepy shit and going forth and really like tell you that shit because you can fucking sue them if you catch them telling you over and over again. They'll tell you the same old fucking shit over and over again. This one asshole was saying he didn't have enough money to pay for a bill off an insurance claim. And they'll fucking just keep outside, keep saying that shit over and over like fucking maniacs and shit and going forth. And yeah, how the fuck you have insurance for off this shit and going forth really be fucking creepy with you. I don't go to K Medical Center anymore. I just go to St. Luke's, and St. Luke's saved my life. At least the time I was at the apartment building, my hand, I had nicked my finger. Initially, nicked my finger on a glass frame that had a person that it was a photograph that was deceased, and I ended up seeing a picture of the person in the receiving end of the camera on the mental ward back then on a video feed like Ghost. And then the doors would open and close, and nobody was in the middle of the hallway where the bathroom is. There's like a hallway in the bathroom in between the thing, and the door would open and close by itself, and you'd hear knocking, and it's like Silent Hill for the room, where you fucking hear people like like stories and stuff. You don't want to believe that stuff you see on TV saying these people seen stuff, but they actually do see stuff that actually everybody saw, and it caught on the camera feed. My mouth dropped. I was much thinner back then. I had no knowledge of part of this being haunted at a hospital site in a mental ward. And I remember seeing all that shit back then, going forth and really mock anybody else's stories because you fucking see that shit in real life. You hear these people telling you that the insurance claim on the card wouldn't be enough to pay a bill, and I'm like, well, why the fuck do they fucking have you go forth and be seen then by a doctor then if that's the case and going forth and the bill was paid? And I remember calling them before and having it disputed, and that's just fucking psycho. They ain't fucking have no life. They sit there fucking just going by it, saying a bunch of same shit over and over again. And they're more psycho to say that shit. That was back in 2016, and I fucking remember having been on my father's insurance since I was like 26 back in 2016. So when in 2016 I was on my father's and health insurance, so that fucking had took the bill wasn't even on the chart anymore. I don't go to KU. I just go to St. Luke's. I just go to St. Luke's Hospital, and like even then, like if I go forfeit St. Luke's had saved me, why did they save me if this maniac will keep fucking telling me shit over and over again with all these people? And I know that doctor's probably pissed off because he had ended up getting the same fucking shit where his hand is colored. So anybody Sam's hand is colored, my mom's hand is colored. Everybody that was around me hand is colored. When I was around them, I was directly around them, and the shit and things they want ain't worth taking if they fucking go to the hospital crying and saying I don't know what the fuck I have now. And I always ended up like that. Those people that on TMZ cry, those porn stars, they cry, but COVID was a thing. Either I caught COVID or got poisoned or did somebody had smoked some weird fucking blunt underneath the fucking washer and dryer with the air vent. It seeped and smelled like weed, and it smelled like weed real bad at the not the fucking apartment for those 4 years we were there. And the fourth year we broke the lease because it was too much to have to stay there, and they had to go forth and say that it was because of them telling us that they were responsible if we ended up breaking the lease because of the shit that occurred there. And they were on the news multiple times and shit. It was even safe being there. It's like even though it was filmed, like the Roanoke had the parks filmed. It was somehow filmed, and then like the room had people security footage of shit going forth on and on about shit going forth, and know that I didn't really like back then. I wouldn't walk outside there alone, and I would never like travel at night out there at the apartment alone by myself. I wouldn't be out like at night. Wasn't fucking afraid of that shit, but they can't go for it. They couldn't pinpoint where the fuck we were at for those 4 years. We ended up in a building by ourselves. It was sort of like weird to have these people tell you they weren't gonna do anything to you, but why the fuck they come at you at 4 in the morning and yell and scream and shit? It was fucking creepy. The guy interviewed, this guy was yelling hysterically. They interviewed the stupid guy that was yelling hysterically. He got kicked out of it because he had took a light post out of the ground, and somebody that worked at Truman was above us for those 3 years. They still lived there. I'm like surprised they didn't sue the apartment building for having these irrational people just move in and out. They just had anybody move in and out. They didn't have no background check, so anybody could just move in Vivian Oaks apartment for those 4 years. Anybody could just move in there, and they had the pool closed for those 3 years, and then the final part of the final year they opened it up, and we ended up moving away because it wasn't worth staying there. The people were irate. It was a rate. Oh, it's all right. They were fucking just saying irate shit like it was angry at the world and going for being creepy because you get a payment from the government for working 3 years. They were mad about that, but they're not like getting like $1 billion like settlement off these people just yet because they fucking said the department can't take us to court because all those people that had died shit they go for. If he had died, what the fuck would have happened? They don't forfeit give us a free burial if we end up getting killed at an apartment building. End up hearing them tell you like the insurance money you can call you want that and they going for. I remember Evan had worked at a clerk at a fucking like a liquor shop, and somebody went in there and ended up trying to take somebody's insurance claim money off murdering them and saying the money would go to them. And like if they just watched the same shit Evan had went through that with the African American guy when trying to murder two old people for their insurance money. If they're doing that, then they'll get caught up in insurance claim fraud. And as long as their name isn't on the fucking, it's like the people that it'll directly go to them, and they have people that have like knew they couldn't do that to us before, and I know why the fuck this guy is irrational thinking he can get away with it. And they'll fucking arrest him if they said they would take him in jail. The David and Tina and that guy at K Medical Center that says a weird shit about insurance did not uh, covering a bill or whatever the fuck and having your head put in a cooler. They can't go forth and do that shit. They only forth and creepy fucking people have no lives. They sit there, they walk past their house saying the same shit over and over again. They wanted me to record them saying that so when the time comes, you could show that and say why the fuck are they able to say that shit and going forth and they'll say the shit over and over again. Even if they arrest me, they'll still be arrested with me because they're fucking doing creepier, fucking shadier shit. That's the most shadiest. Those hospitals that can't all sick and shit say, oh, this guy never existed, but he ended up getting a fucking goddamn COVID booster or COVID shot back then and having all this shit. At the point in time, we should have just stayed at the apartment building and had those people fucking find us like resources and shit to move us away from all this shit going forth and really stay at a house. And they're go say you're gonna burn it down. They burn down the apartment building where we're at, so they can't go forth and burn down a house that we're staying in because they hated us and they go forth and like us and wanted insurance money or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. And they'll keep saying this shit over and over and over again. That'd make anybody fucking go crazy if they're fucking saying the same shit to you over and over again. I know that I'm not like dirt poor. Like they're saying that you don't have money, but I have money for fast food. I have money for the essentials, like for toothpaste and like for deodorant and shit. I'm not like on a yacht shaking my ass and thinking that the world doesn't owe you anything when you could sue somebody for thinking that they can take somebody's insurance money because they look similar to you, but they don't have brown. I don't have brown hair, and I kept saying I didn't have brown hair, and I was a fucking creepy ass moron has to work 9 to 5, and they ain't gonna take somebody's insurance money if it doesn't have their fucking name on it. Even though my name's plain, my middle name isn't plain. And then people with their insurance is on there know that they're not gonna just give it to somebody else because it's not fucking right. They even said that shit via the fucking talk to us back then about it. If somebody talks to you about trying to take you to court over shit, what are they gonna tell me? I've never talked to them like personally, and I know they fucking watch like everything and think that they're fucking more like they're not civil if they're fucking doing this shit where they're fucking just saying this shit over and over again, saying that I didn't exist and that the insurance didn't have to pay the hospital off fucking insurance card that you have and going forth and saying who the fuck pays the bill. It's not their fucking money and it's not their business. They're going forth and acting like they can do that shit and they keep telling you shit over and over and over again. That'd make anybody want to bash their windows out. And I already fucking explained that they already knew I went outside and did that. So they can't go forth and say I'm gonna get locked up when my parents die because as long as I went to a doctor's appointment and was in like having to go to an appointment to talk to somebody about the stuff originally wanted me to like not be hurt by any of that shit going forth and really being sheltered, but like saying that I would be fine if as long as I went to an appointment they wouldn't do anymore, and that should be able to fucking seem that somebody will get sued off them and be able to fucking sue them because they're over there saying I'd be in a homeless fucking camp and they don't have no fucking shame if they're just fucking laughing saying a bunch of shit. Eventually they'll fucking give me more money or whatever the fucking I can move off and you can do whatever the fucking just move away from this fucking creepy fucking goddamn fucking neighborhood's fucking cycle. Even the apartment building wasn't that bad compared to people that were willing to be there that were at Truman Hospital knowing that I wasn't a baby rapist or any of that creepy shit or I was upstairs with somebody that went to Truman Hospital, so I didn't realize that until after I moved, but they still lived there and that they like relayed that that wasn't anything other than like a normal human being that wakes up 9 to 5. And my parents wake up. I'm not gonna say what time, but they wake up and I lock the screen door. So I don't trust any of this shit going forth from none out writing underneath the like they're not writing underneath comment boxes saying that I'm gonna take your house away, you're gonna end up homeless and all this shit, but they're telling me this shit. They ain't go forward. When they see something happens fucked up, like they're gonna say, well, how come they didn't help these people out? How come they didn't listen to them? They're gonna fucking say that shit when I die off this shit. I realize this fucker will say all sorts of shit, but if I was signed to Meta, like Meta is different from YouTube. YouTube is just broadcasting yourself, but Facebook was like the sure thing. Like I was actually getting paid for Facebook for fucking making a Facebook video for like 25-second like Instagram videos back then. We're having enough people on Facebook, you could make money off that. And they're fucking saying they'll take that away from me. I logged off of it right away. They want to be sure that it's the person that had the account originally, not some other moron trying to take some shit, acting creepy and shit, and going forth and being rude and shit. That's fucking just being no civilization. I don't civilize with these people at all because they're not civilized. They'll fucking say a bunch of just laugh and tell me shit, and they're fucking morons themselves. They could be put away in jail for making fun of a disabled person that had like government certificate saying I graduated from high school back in 2008, having the shit mailed to you with red header letter, even though they had ways of annulling marriages back in the night. Like my grandpa and my mom's mom got fucked over by that Murillo because they fucking paid the government to fucking untangle things and fucking make it seem like they got a divorce. They did all sorts of psychopathic shit. My mom has to fucking work, and she could have had a brother that could help her instead of this other meth addict guy that just fucking sits there and makes fun of us. And none of the shit was stolen from him, so I had all the receipts on a debit card. And I only put my mom on the bank of the thing, so hopefully that asshole can't take something from me, even though they'll say stuff if they like deliberately say stuff on the phone if my mom accidentally calls them and tells her all her business and going forth and really being creepy with you. I would have nothing to do with them other than fucking just not even begging them. I never begged them for anything. They come to me or come to my mom saying, "Oh, this is what he did now. This is what he does. This is what he does to people." He like calls them and wants something, and I'm not like that. I'm not really calling it. The only one I called was Evan, and Evan doesn't even call me back now. He has like $100,000 stocks and bonds, and that's all that shit is meta. They don't give you fucking the full amount like in money. It's like weird fucking currency that's in like something that if you're a part of that, then you get forfeit. And you get like stocks and bonds. You don't necessarily get a big old sum of money like they think. And going forth and really think it's gonna be like that when they fucking try to take Mark Zuckerberg to court. Or I'm not saying this on Facebook, but like if this guy promises you like 32,000, are you supposed to get the 32,000? Or are you supposed to get it in stocks? Or are you supposed to get it when you die? If the guy gonna be there some capacity, and say that this guy got cyberbullied, or just people that randomly fucking trolling you, telling you that you're retarded because you know how to drive and going forth and have no driver's license, but you have a state ID and going forth and just being like half blind. Like I go to those appointments for the blindness, and eventually that's gonna take my sight, and going forth and having to worry about who's gonna fucking like watch over me, and going forth and having to either go with Andrew. Andrew worked for the damn hospital, and I don't know why the fuck they hired Andrew then if they were gonna be raggedy and say they weren't afraid of Andrew. But Andrew can fucking sue him off hearing this guy acting rational, fucking acts creepy. It's a big fat overweight guy acting creepy, and then going forth and really being the no life having guy that sits there and laughs at everybody's problems and shit like a weirdo. They gonna do some creepy shit to. They said they gonna do creepy shit to all of us that live around here. They only forth and know that this guy was able to fucking laugh hysterically at everybody's problems and shit. Going forth and really being creepy with you. Have to wake up in the morning and lock the fucking screen door, and then this guy just fucking sits there. How come you're voting for like Judy Bush Valentine? How come you're playing Quake? And I would have it on my like Facebook page of what I was playing, like the video footage. And he's like, "How come you're playing that?" And this that. Well, mind your fucking business and don't watch my shit if you want me to be fucking famous. They didn't want me to become famous or whatever the fuck. They shouldn't have watched any of the fucking things I had posted if they're going forth and find you out on their algorithm of Facebook or YouTube, wherever the fuck, and making you famous saying that this guy might be gay for having long fingernails, but it's not that I'm gay. It's just that I don't want to trim my nails because of diabetic diagnosis. And going forward from being diabetic sucks because you fucking hear shit besides the fucking people telling you fucking shit, and not schizophrenic if you actually hear it. That's why I didn't like this fucking shit going forth and they're writing you a fucking diagnosis and like this, they're just writing a fake diagnosis saying you're fucking schizophrenic, and I'm not fucking schizophrenic. I might sit there and talk to myself, but I don't have it written down what I'm gonna say. Like people said it always takes Jarvians. That Tech USA said he might hire somebody that was on Jarvians and was diabetic, and they were making fun of diabetic people. And that guy ended up living with somebody that was diabetic, that was eating him out of a house and home. It's a fucking creepy guy that edits videos with him that wears a Winnie the Pooh suit, and that rich guy was making fun of people that actually went to the hospital system, and they're gonna eventually need colonoscopies in hospitals and shit. So I know I get punked by people, but they ain't gonna fucking do anything like that fucking extreme, saying they need you for something else, and I don't think that's the case. I don't know, just going forth and just pulling your arm and just going forth and telling you there's some kind of experimental fucking surgery they can give somebody. They're just gonna try to euthanize them or whatever the fuck because they hear shit and they thought it was like the Green Mile where it seeps out of them and didn't murder a guy, but they framed Pearson for that and going forth and frame you for shit that you didn't do. I initially didn't go out and walk to, like, I walked to Shawnee Mission, but I didn't walk to Ward Parkway, so I'm going forth and really being weirded out by the serial killer that was in Kansas City, that was in Ward Parkway, that would murder people in parks and recs without weaponry, or there was such a thing that they were saying they had no weaponry. I don't believe the no weaponry shit, but they're going forth and being creepy with you, saying that there was a big ass guy that resembled my ass, that was murking people. I was like, well, who the fuck was it? Who the fuck wasn't actually fucking doing it? Because I wasn't out and be waterboarded for something. They know more than whatever the fuck they're going on. My DNA wouldn't match. My fingerprints wouldn't match. They might have fucking took blood piles. There was a Dr. Shin back in 2016 going to 17 that took my blood vials from St. Luke's and said they put my blood vials out there at the scene of the crime, make it seem like I was a serial killer. But I don't think they can actually do that and going forth and know that I didn't have a open wound out in my arms or legs or any of that shit going forth and really being creepy with you saying that somebody actually went and walked that far the Ward Parkway to Parks and Recs and did a bunch of creepy shit to people and my socks and shoes wouldn't have blood stains on them. I still have all my fucking clothes. All the clothes I have didn't have nobody other around me, like other than my family, would be like the family pet, like the cat we had. It was around a cat that I wouldn't let outside. So back then I didn't go out other than having the case manager come by and check on me. And he got wigged out by the apartment, saying they probably thought we'd passed away at the apartment, not the apartment building. Like there was upstairs, like they wouldn't walk all the way upstairs just to fucking subdue you or whatever the fuck. They wouldn't walk up downstairs to fucking do somebody. I don't like any of that shit on the news because they make fun of like people saying that all sorts of creepy shit would happen and then go forth and actually say that whatever the fuck happened, but make a mistake on IDing the person or if nobody watches me on YouTube, then I lose my channel off. I haven't logged off the email attachment. I didn't have the email attachment on, so like I took the email attachment off the save keychain thing, and I don't think they could hack it if it was like two-way verification back then. It was they ain't gonna fuck when he wants his phone device, sure, because he wants to fucking delete it off or fucking do something to it and go forth and be that psycho when I logged off it. They want to make sure the person that logged into it was the person that actually made the account. I made the account, but he looks similar to me, but he's more overweight. He's more fatter around his fucking. He's more bigger than me, and he acts like a psycho. He's not gonna fucking get anything out of it going forward. He's gonna get jailed up. If he does that because there's laws in place. If fucking fall a piece of paper says that, you can go forward and press it against the screen door and say it wasn't a normal like court session. It was like one of those SID uh abbreviated things where they act like it was a mental health court instead of actual physical like abuse towards those people telling you shit going forth and taking abuse from them. And you can sue them for pain and suffering for them telling you a bunch of creepy shit. And they know one of her fucking relatives apparently knows one of them. And going forward, I'm not going to talk to them ever because they will fucking tell you a bunch of creepy shit. They knew that Michelle Waterback or Michelle Diaz Waterback, whatever the fuck, but I don't talk to them. My parents talk to them, but they don't have to act irrational with the person. And they're fucking psycho. They don't have money then if they're fucking trying to sue us. It's creepy shit. They can't go for and do that because I've never in conversation with them and I'm never around them to be able to fucking physically do that. Never fucking telling you like like messed up shit. Like they shouldn't be able to fucking do that on security footage. They just fucking turn it off and on when they want to. They have people fucking go park and the next day I can't lose a house if I could sue them before that or try to sue them off leaning down saying you lose a house when your parents die. He said that shit leaning down. Somebody would intervene and fucking jail his ass up or sue him off us for doing that shit. I got you in court too, asshole. I can fucking sue you for the shit you fucking say is fucking psych. Nobody wants to live around any of this shit anyway. They move away and say that I was right about this shit and can sue you. They said that shit. There's a guy that lived next to Melissa back then at Yellow House and going forward and saying he walked his dog, saying that he was fucking right about this shit. Goes forth and acts irrational with the person that he doesn't like and go forth and keep on fucking talking shit to him until they move away. And that some of these people actually moved away because of him and going forth and really being creepy with you isn't gonna get your fucking house and keys ain't gonna get taken from you when you had a head concussion off this fucking meth addicts with no fucking visual cues his asshole throwing you saying a bunch of shit. You could sue him for shit and go forth and jail up mad and on you for saying I was a trolley train killer when I wasn't at the parks and recs of that uh at that point in time wasn't at the Roanoke or not Roanoke, but it wasn't at the Ward Parkway parks. I was at Ward Parkway at a movie theater with Evan and going for I wasn't as big as a fucking person on there. They can get jailed up for defamation and slander and all sorts of other shit. Like they put bogus shit on you, they can get charged for doing that. Normally they get sued by those people saying that shit. Fucking Matt's mom in a thong and was fucking looking like the Charlie Chain killer back then. It wasn't no fucking David. It was no fucking creepy ass guy leaning down is more overweight and creepier. The only reason why I took the footage of that bitch was to have proof that I was fucking actually there, and Evan wouldn't have taken a big ass landscaper guy in a red car at a fucking goddamn community center. So that goes forth and makes creepier. It's even fucking creepier to be able to fucking say that shit. It wasn't no Phil Moore because he was already fucking locked up. I don't know why the fuck they want Phil Moore to be me when he keeps getting locked up for stupid shit. You know, they're all fucking second he's locked up again. They lock up Phil, Bobby, Gilbert. The only ones that hadn't been locked up were Donnie and Levi. And I don't know, Javier, I didn't steal anything from anybody going for. I don't even want to know why the fuck this guy was able to fucking say that. Initially, we went to the Olive Garden. They're like, oh, they're going to make it Madonati's Esports Playing House. And going for this fucking psycho isn't fucking the one named on the fucking thing that's deliberately fucking being creepy with the person because they fucking can get anywhere in life. They want to come after me as hard as possible. They can't go forth and do that shit. I already had fucking Yates on a surrogate soundboard feed with the Rosenbergles. And that was on an ADT feed that we had just as we put it in there. They was caught on all that shit going forth and really being like weirded out by it. Even the fucking Andy Yates couldn't do anything to my ass and going forth and really being real psycho with you. The guy was just sort of like deliberately fucking with his music videos are fucking psycho. The way this shit goes about having the people go to the movies and get slaughtered by their significant others and shit that butter the tongue and having this guy saying he's schizophrenic and wants to murder his loved one. This is the shit that's fucking having these music videos is more fucking psycho than the shit I'm fucking portraying as somebody that sat there at the hospital wondering why the fuck I heard all this shit. And I ain't go for it from the hospital employees were fucking psycho if they're fucking saying that I deliberately fucking overdosed because they're fucking trying to take a house away. But nobody's business why the fuck I commit suicide and going forward hearing these people tell you that they laugh at their funerals and shit. They should really be fucking able to work at a hospital and that Andrew could sue him and not have to work a day in his life and keep having to go to the hospital and work for a living after his mom died and going forth and they gave him a job. He was more disabled than me if he was fucking like drinking alcohol with the fucking money he used to get and that shit. I don't drink alcohol and shit, so that Andrew can sue him. Andrew can sue fucking David and all of them, and that Leo can sue fucking Marshall and fucking all those people up there because he had a job. He's not fucking doing anything illegal if he has to work 9 to 5 every fucking day. He's working every fucking day of the week. People, my parents don't have no time to fuck around with people and say they're gonna deliberately fucking sell their butt cracks out for a living. They can't go forth and sue us because they're doing more illegal shit and going forth and really be able to do that in real life on websites and shit that's like say that they're selling their ass cracks for money and shit and trying to blame us for their problems. But I'm not in their face about it. I'm not even making fun of them. That's the sad outcome to be able to fucking have. They don't sue Yates. Yates is the one fucking having them shake their ass cracks out and fucking pimping them out and shit in music videos, and they're fucking saying they have a chlamydia and fucking diseases and shit going forth and really, really being weird with you. At the ones being mad saying you're a broke ass nigger yourself for having lived with your parents and going forth, and this broke ass nigger never had a job and he was able to fucking like outsmart everybody and take everybody's fucking dividends off weird creepy music. It makes no sense to sing that shit if he's already rich and didn't have to work a day in his life. I ain't afraid of anything. Well, before I used to go to mental facilities back when I was 16 because they were fucking saying this fag came to this school and it had faggot surgery, and why do you have that faggot surgery? They were saying faggot shit back then. I had to go through that shit, and they wrote fag in the fucking yearbook and shit going forth and really being creepy with you. I know they fucking can't say it today, but because the fucking guy would have been a pedophile at a fucking school, he'd be like 45 years old at the time of the school. A kid being 14, he was 10 years older than my parents or whatever the fuck. So if my parents were 50 in 2008, then he would have been like 65 or 60 years old. So he'd been a pedophile. Yeah, it's fucking psycho. I have to deal with people saying that shit. They go forth and they tell you shit. You can film it the best of your ability and say, why the fuck did they say that? And they go forth and like try to bash their windows out now, sure, because they're fucking telling me they're gonna fucking do creepy shit to you anyway. They going forth and being creepy with you. They're doing that shit. Might as well fucking do something to them. They're fucking telling you a bunch of creepy shit. They don't deserve the shit they have. They're fucking telling you they're the mafia and shit for no reason, having somebody visit you, and they the person that worked at the hospital, they get sued or just fucking fired or fucking end up homeless themselves and get sued off them if they fucking harm somebody, because I know they'll survive. Whatever the fuck, we can't have. They once they try to do something and they get caught doing something, they'll get put in jail and they'll be the ones that prosecuted, not the person who tried to stop the shit from happening. If you just fucking just see that shit going forth, you can't go forth and be creepy with you because you could sue them. How am I dumb if I fucking had recordings I never posted up until the point in time forwarding the shit trying to explain that this guy started it and initially had on film, and going forward they're gonna listen to you more likely than the person that they're fucking trying to pay off or whatever the fuck this to. They can't even pay them off because the cops said they weren't gonna do anything more to me, and they said that at the trial. I was at a trial for a couple more months and whatever the fucking name is. Oh, December 1st comes, they're gonna lock it. It's already past December 1st. They go fuck themselves. They're fucking psycho. They're fucking stupid shit. I could sue them for deliberately saying you were in a car with somebody that you didn't even know had a car like that, and then going forth and saying it's Bell Crossing and not Bellevue or like wherever the fuck. Having people that you didn't have no conversations with prior on a phone device that had prepaid minutes on it back then, but didn't have only but somebody that worked at the hospital could vouch for you and say that you had a phone back then, but you didn't have minutes paid to be able to talk to somebody on there that long enough to be able to do whatever the fuck. And I was at a hospital at that point in time in 2010. Up away 2010, I was already put in a hospital for overdosing at the point in time. So if that was the case, why the hospital didn't do anything then or whatever the fuck's creepy. Fucking psycho. They're nutcases themselves. I never even talk about the shit. They were fucking having a bunch of gangster people when they was fucking having therapy appointments. Have all these therapy appointments. You go to these therapy appointments for. We hear these people have the same issues, saying that the people are blaming them for the worst problems and shit going forward to just deliberately fucking commit suicide. So they're fucking telling you creepy shit. You want them to fucking get sued. They get sued off you for doing that because initially they told me shit. I had somebody that sold them out there saying that they didn't want me knowing that he lived there. And then they go gay for you because you fucking look younger than whatever the fuck you go based upon it, have brown hair, and they say they're all gay for you and shit. And they're more gayer for the shit they're fucking saying. They all fucking get thrown up in there themselves. They fucking have family that could prosecute them or people that you knew that was a grant writer for real this time with you. And they had somebody there at the grant writing school that was with you that's a security guard for the municipal court. So going in there and getting wanted by somebody that I knew saying they'd help me get bailed out by this shit. Sure enough, they bailed me out. They take a phone device, they don't get anything off it because they can't log into it. They don't. I know they don't know the password because they already fucking deleted it off there, and they could never get. Never had nobody ever try to log into my shit other than whatever the fuck. They can't go forth and be a psychopath with you because you can be a psychopath just as back as them, and then go forth and get jailed up because the shit they're fucking telling a blind disabled man. They're not retarded, but being blind isn't retarded. Being blind is because they physically harmed you to be fucking blind. And they got away with it. Being physically fucking blind is not retarded. It's an ailment, it's an impairment. An impairment isn't, it's just fucking psycho. They're telling you a bunch of creepy shit. You'll get sued off us. They have us on film, you fucking stupid bastard. That cop I know can come swat all you. Besides that, my Aunt Frances was a cop, but there was somebody else that was writing grants with my ass in 2004 to 2006. For those 3 years, she could have gotten the disabled buddy too for just not having to put up hearing people screaming and yelling at courts and shit. I don't know why Abigail acts innocent on that news, but she goes forth and acts irrational with you initially. I ain't gonna be able to turn this phone off if I throw it in the toilet. I don't know why she acts innocent on there. She doesn't act like a serial killer. Often temptations of having them watch people get murdered and slaughtered and shit. End up at a hospital for fucking no reason, hearing shit. Thank God I didn't overdose back then. Initially, when she was on the fucking whatever the fuck hospital feed. They should have killed me when I had gallbladder surgery. Nobody would have gotten anything. I hear them saying they got us all. I'm going forth and being creepy with you. Mark Zuckerberg's one creepy son of a bitch, but I'm not saying that shit on Facebook. This is YouTube. They're able to fucking create something where they fucking go to a restaurant and you fucking sit there for your food. Hard telling what the fuck they're doing to your food. Man, I'll wipe your ass and fucking make a hamburger for you at fucking Red Rockers or Fud Rockers, wherever the fuck out there in Kansas area saying it. They would tell you a bunch of creepy shit back then when I was fucking healthier back in 2019. 5 years later, I ate a shitty hamburger. I would just eat stuff at Quick Trip and not eat anything else from anything else for people that fucking don't wash your hands and fucking make a hamburger for you for like $50. I know she ate shit. The Taylor Swift is fucking creepy anyway. That old fucking psycho bitch. They listen to some psychopath fucking lady singing some creepy shit. No, she ain't worth fucking $1 million. She fucking is the creepy shit they're able to fucking touch. For additional acoustic song. Although Kanye West, even though Kanye West endorsed Beyonce back then originally, she wouldn't have been anything if she hadn't done like if they hadn't cut her off and said that they had made more records about all those music people saying crazy shit to having those music industry people create music off things that they have more money to do with than going for being creepy. Oh, and the serial killer walking their fucking parks and recs. They should drill it. I walk far, but I walk to people that actually knows house and fucking knew I was a serial killer. I walked to fucking Evan's dad's house back then. I walked out of fucking Merriam, Kansas, all the way through fucking Mission Hills, where Kinko's is, where that UPS store is, where Little Caesars is, where the fucking Walmart was on Row, all the way down to road to IGA, wherever the fuck Apple Market, where the Walmart food center is, going for all the way down to that. That wasn't that far. People do fucking out of state. They can walk from state to state and shit. Be the Dalai Lama, the Asian dude, and that shit going forth really being psycho. I feel sorry for the guy that walked out of the bar that his friends didn't care about him. If they didn't walk out with him and say that he would make it back okay because he originally wasn't from there, but had people that he went and talked to, and then going forth and had them in with him, and he ended up walking past the homeless camp, and they probably did something to him. That's fucked up to have the notion of knowing that you could go out of town somewhere and you can get kicked out of a bar or kicked out of an establishment and have to walk back. But I wasn't like that originally in 2010, so. They're gonna end up moving someplace else anyway. They ain't gonna force them to be in a fucking different place. Maybe fucking before summer, go move into another fucking apartment building or something. Cause this shit isn't right. Apartment wasn't that bad. The business people fucking have to keep up the maintenance. People walking the doors and saying that they have to keep up maintenance instead of having to pay out of pocket and all this shit for having a house. All the shit that goes along with it. You know, for really being psycho with you because they think your shit's more rundown and isn't that rundown. Going forward being creepy with you isn't right. If you commit suicide, they show that. Then initially you said they tell you like fucked up shit. Initially they told you the most fucked up shit to be able to fucking overdose on pills. So you can go back and sue whoever the fuck comes at you in the court saying they told you to fucking kill yourself, and they go forth and get caught in the act. That Yates wanted me to commit suicide initially, overhearing people that was familiar with, and going forth and being psycho with you. I never did anything towards anybody. I might have ate shit at restaurants, but I know they ate shit too. I'm not gonna overdose on fucking live stream. I'm not that fucking psycho. I'm not trying to eat at people's fucking heartstrings. They originally fucking commit suicide because people told me a bunch of creepy shit. I'm not gonna cry now, sitting there fucking in tears and shit at people's funerals, saying why they didn't help me out. I was teary-eyed back then at the fucking emergency room. Why the fuck did they tell me all that shit then if I didn't physically do anything? They fucking cried to the music industry after Yates do something to me. And that guy couldn't even do anything to me because he initially knew that I didn't do anything if my fingerprints didn't match. I don't understand that. That's fucked. It's more fucked up for Toby shit. You know, force bad news on them to be able to tell you a bunch of creepy shit and end up not being a serial. They're trying to kill me and take my shit. Going for being psycho with you have to keep it on me. You fucking go off some ways. I ain't gonna make it to 60s. You can probably take my shit when I fucking turn 35. They able to fucking tell me a bunch of creepy shit. Nobody watches this shit anyway. Going forth and being. I don't hate Abby. Yeah, I think Abby Eames one fine ass female, but she's fucking tell me the most creepy shit back in the day, and I've seen her for real in the flesh. So that's the most creepiest shit. Was it trying to take everybody's fucking house and fucking jail everybody up somehow, and they couldn't initially do that because that guy did illegal shit. He does illegal shit too. I'm sitting there, I got long ass fingernails because I'm fucking diabetic. I don't want to trim my shit, and all those nurses tell me like some fucked up shit back then when I was in the ER with the fucking mom, and I didn't want them doing anything, but they made it seem like I was a serial killer when I didn't murder anybody, when they're trying to murder you and frame you for shit. I don't know why the fuck they thought I was a serial killer when I wasn't around anybody with weaponry and shit going forth and murdering people. We're going forth and being crazy. I could spend an hour on this fucking phone and not fart and not fucking piss and hold in, I guess. And to tell you a bunch of creepy shit outside just because they fucking think you're a serial killer. They didn't murder anybody. They're trying to murder you. I didn't fucking say anything that bad about this guy to be able to fucking come at me for real. Unless it's stop. What the fuck to think? But I can sing that Red Kingdom shit. That like that guy sings it. But that's the only song that it wasn't like bad up until they fucking started murdering everybody at the Royal, or not the Royals gathering, but Chiefs gathering. I went to the Royals gathering back in 2015. I walked around and I got made fun of by everybody that was there. I would make anybody wig out. I know I had injuries and shit going for being creepy with you, saying that you're gonna end up losing your shit back then. Going for I was a million years later and I ended up shooting the guy that told me that shit because he fucking was acting creepy. They all fucking tell you shit over and over again. Eventually, somebody that doesn't give a shit whether they live or die would do something to them. That's what that mayor said. The guy eventually said that people they walk around, they don't care if they live or die, and they tell you the shit initially going forth and being creepy with you, knowing that I wasn't a serial killer walking out parks and recs and shit going forth and really diving into your mind waves of why they fucking try to frame you. They can't frame you for shit 'cause you could sue them. How was I a trolley train killer? Yeah, well, I can't even walk fucking a mile now because I'm far overweight than I was before. My fucking back will go out before I want to make it to the fucking hospital again. You want to forth and saying I'm fucking dying and then get riddance. They didn't give a shit. They go forth and wanting people to die. They wanted people to die. They wanted people to die. They wanted people to actually get murdered. They get ratings off murdering people. I'm not afraid to die. They can kill my ass. I won't give a shit. They go forth and kill my ass and let them kill my ass. They can get anything but fucking AIDS out of my. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. It fucking is. They get blood on them for me. They die. They get blood for me. If they get any blood contact from my ass, they croak. They don't want my shit. I was fucking infected with God knows what. They don't want what the fuck I have. They wanted people to die. They wanted people to fucking die. They wanted people to fucking die. They fucking get ratings for that shit. The more people that die, they get ratings for internet and shit. That's just a fucked up world society is. Like Marilyn Manson was a fucking journalist before he was a fucking entertainer, and he fucking is creepy as fuck. But I'm not like that shit if I don't have makeup on. The girl with leather chaps wanted people to fucking die, including me. They wanted me to die, and I didn't die. So it was good rid of trying to get rid of my. I can't go forth and be creepy with you, even though she's hot and fucking that. You know, make fun of my ass. They gonna fucking be on a deathbed for. They fucking say their first and last name shit. They able to fucking tell you you're a serial killer when you didn't murder anybody. Deliberately fucking say I was a serial killer when I didn't deliberately murder anybody.
Actually, I think we're outside because the ribbon is
They're
here.
fucking psychos.
And the new library is about to be officially cut. Not a bad turnout for this big day. It's been about 2 years of construction and $14 million, but you had quite the crowd here to go inside for the very first time. Alyssa, Andre, you were here. This is a bit of a surprise how many people turned out. How it's obviously goes to show how excited people are to have this new feature in their community. Yes, I think this is just a testament to the importance of libraries in the community. We are so happy to finally be at this day. I know our community's been looking forward to this.
They can interview dogs that are fucking in imprisonment and people that fucking get the certificates doing some shit, but they can't go forth and they don't want the fucking want to say if I get interviewed by them.
Community center right across the way. Talk to us about how that interaction will also
fucking psychopaths with the fucking money and shit.
Yeah, so this is I think our third or fourth partnership with the city that we're on a community center campus that allows people to come to one place. It's a one-stop
Then
shop.
some appears out of nowhere and fucking the world fucking just collapses and all the currency isn't worth the fucking money it's printed on. Those people are fucking be creepy with you still. They're all for saying they're gonna kill people that you know and kill all your friends and shit.
We're just so fortunate to have the kind of support that we do here. What is it about this particular facility that you hope really stands out and leaves people wanting to come back or to continue to call this part of their home? Yeah, so this branch is
I'm not going away, you fucking bitch.
So we really want to make it easy for our community to get the services that they need. So you can put your books on hold and come inside and pick them up and browse around, or if you're in a hurry, go through the drive-thru.
You eat shit too. Everybody's made of fucking goddamn flesh and blood and fucking shit and vomit. So everybody's made of fucking vomit and shit. So even the animals you fucking eat are fucking made of shit and vomit.
Yeah, we're just so excited. It's a beautiful state, and we're excited to welcome the community in. Well, congratulations. Please head on inside. Get back a little bit later here on Fox. We'll show you more images from inside.
That guy fucking lives next to the fucking trannies and fucking that shit is a fucking psycho. Know how the fuck that guy has money to live next to fucking Trent.
Hey, Marcus, I just got a text from Matt Stewart.
They can go fuck Matt Stewart in the ass.
He is not there for that big party.
They can fuck Matt Stewart in the ass.
He does every library opening.
They can fuck all those news people up. They all tell me some shit back then. I fucking had an AET back then.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a mural up somewhere.
I'll have to fucking Abby eat, man. They go forth and tell you you're a fucking serial killer, but they want to fucking murder you.
We can hang one somewhere in honor. Top 4 library report this week, but he's here in spirit. I love it. Sorry about that, man. We just had to cover it. That's awesome. All right.
They aired shit before the fucking serial killer fucking went and murdered people. They wanted to murder people on Fox 4, have it fucking be done. And then they fucking did it. So why the fuck they go fuck grieve it over this shit? They wanted this shit to be fucking violence.
Which are made from 100% recycled plastic. This is a major milestone for the beverage.
They aired violence on there. They wanted somebody, whoever the fuck they were talking about, they wanted them to die, right? And they went and fucking murdered everybody.
Will reduce 83 million pounds of plastic used in the U.S. supply. The longtime owner of several popular brands of ice cream is undergoing some changes, meaning that those brands could move out onto their own to standalone businesses. Unilever owns Ben & Jerry's, Friars, Popsicle, Klondike, and other labels. The company